It's the Sports Zone Unfiltered, brought to you by HEB.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone Unfiltered. Well, Lopez always loves having an Aggie in studio. So much to his delight, we have a former member of the Wrecking Crew, Antonio Armstrong, joining us, and also a former NFL player. Antonio, Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we got to start talking some Texas A&M and Johnny Manziel. I mean, all eyes on Cleveland now. I almost feel like they're trolling the media. They're telling us that he is going to be a third stringer, and he's taking third string reps. What do you think of the situation? Will we see Johnny Manziel as the starting quarterback for the Browns?
Well, first of all, they invested. They brought him in as a first-round draft pick, so we definitely will see him start eventually, sooner than later, I think. But with that being said, I think the coach is doing an excellent job about blowing the big hype bubble that we have going on right now about Johnny Manziel coming to save Cleveland, and then with them receiving the first pick in the NBA draft. I think that by him downplaying the whole thing, it is ideal. I think it's a great strategy. Now people's expectations are down a little bit, so if they come out the gates a little slow, it won't kill Johnny Manziel.
Now you're obviously close to the program. You still know a lot of coaches there, and some of the people that are in the community there. How do you think he's going to, he's being perceived as this crazy guy, but yet he's always answered the bell. I mean, how do you think that's going to translate to the NFL?
I think it's going to be the exact same thing. You can't take away this guy's confidence. I mean, I think he's one of the most accurate passers in college football, as well as his, as the kids say, his swagger. Yeah. His swagger level is so high, and you can't take that away from him. You think about guys like a Joe Namath when I think about him. I mean, you need that in order to be a quarterback in the NFL. Let me tell you another guy. He doesn't say a lot, but Peyton Manning has that confidence level. You have Tom Brady, the same type of confidence level. They're not as vocal, and I think Johnny Manziel will calm down as he gets a little more mature.
And players are looking for that in their quarterback, right? They don't want, I hate to pile on Matt Shaw, but they don't want a guy that's not going to say anything, kind of be passive. Aren't they looking for a guy that'll just say, guys, I got this?
They're looking for a leader. They're looking for someone with confidence and saying, look here, guys, when the chips are against us, you can depend on me. I'm going to come through, let me call the play, follow my lead, and I will take you there.
Well, Antonio, we dug up an old picture of you from your from your playing days at Texas A&M. Got to show that, of course. But a lot of excitement around the program. I'm sure a lot of former players with Johnny Manziel, obviously having the 2 great years that he did, kind of, I don't know, maybe you sort of reignited a fire for your passion for the school. What do you think of, though, the proposal about renaming the stadium the house that Johnny built? I mean, I can't imagine former players would be all that excited about that.
No, we're not excited about that. I think Johnny Manziel did a great job, but at the same time, Johnny Manziel just fell into the line of the great legacy of players.
The Wrecking Crew built it.
Yeah, the Wrecking Crew built it. Right. Yeah, but you think about guys like John David Crow. You think about all the other great guys that came before Johnny Manziel. He's just part of the legacy. If that's the case, you think about great guys like Von Miller that came recently. So Johnny Manziel, I don't think he should get that name.
All right, let's get to our team here, Houston Texans, and obviously you played in the NFL. You know the veterans like Andre Johnson that have put in all the work, been the leader that you were just talking about, done everything they've asked, and now they want him to basically be a part of a rebuilding team again. I think you're on the same wavelength as me. I love the guy, but I'd just as well that they move him, get a draft pick, and give him what he deserves. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I totally agree with you. For me, he's shown himself to be loyal. He's been faithful. He's been committed to the program. But when it's all said and done, this guy still has a career. He still has a life, and it's coming to an end. And it's coming shortly. He doesn't have many years left. So being part of a rebuilding program would not be ideal for him. You know how frustrating it is to run routes and someone can't get you the football.
Exactly.
You're wide open. I mean, he's open a lot and do not get the football. So I think it's only fair they let him go.
So you don't think it's about the money?
No, I think it has nothing to do with money.
He's made $70 million in his career.
Yeah, and also, too, look at the guy. I mean, he's been part of the Houston Texans for years. He's been quiet. He hasn't said anything. He's under the radar. He does his work. He shows up every day. He's a blue-collar worker. I think he just wants to win.
All right, well, we can't let you go without letting you talk about first-class training, which is what you own. It's a training facility. You have several around Houston, and you train a lot of high school athletes, preparing them to sort of be college athletes mentally and physically. Just to talk about what you're doing these days, Antonio.
Well, first-class training, we open up first-class training. We have a couple of facilities. We are in Bel Air, we're in Tanglewood, and we're also in Jersey Village. First Class Training has several arms. We're not just a training center. We train everyone. Our youngest client is 5 years old, and our oldest client is 82 years old. So we encompass.
So means Lopez can go too.
Yeah, Lopez has made the cut. But you know, we cover every single thing when it comes down to fitness. We also we partner with the Epilepsy Foundation. We train people with cognitive issues. We have corporate wellness programs, and now we're just starting our first front 7 camps where we're going to train linemen and linebackers. So I think we're trying to take First Class Training to a whole nother level.
So elite players should be able to understand they can get elite training right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you want to be best, if you want to be the best, and you consider yourself a good player, then you need to come give us a chance to work with you.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a mom who just had a baby.
Yes.
I might be hitting you guys up. You know?
Yes, we would love to have you. We would love to have you.
All right, well, Antonio, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, do you want to go inside the minds of some of Houston's top athletes? We're going to do just that with Robert Andrews, a talented sports psychologist that is coming up after this break.